I'm so glad that you joined me for another healthy hangout here. Today we're talking about loving your kidneys and your bladder and why it's so important. A lot of times with the urinary tract, you've got kidney infections, kidney stones, bladder stones, UTIs, urinary tract infections. A lot of different things can be caused by that. But the main thing is bacteria. And so you want to cleanse that bad bacteria out of your body as the best you can and the quickest that you can, because if it doesn't, then you're going to have more serious problem. So let's talk a little bit about the kidneys. They filter blood. So kidneys actually move. They move a little bit. And so whenever you are, if your kidneys aren't moving, then they could be, weighted down by things. If they're not moving, it could be because you're maybe on your back too much. Maybe you're sitting too much. You want them to move. They need to move. It's shaped just like the kidney bean. That's why the kidney bean got its name from the kidney. If it stops moving, then that's when it starts hurting and it doesn't function right. How they filter blood through, the best way and the best thing that you can do is drink lots of water, extra and excess water. By doing that, you're continually getting those kidneys to move and to filter things. 16 to 24 ounces. The first thing whenever you wake up in the morning is to drink some water, especially add your lemon vitality or your lime vitality or grapefruit vitality to your water and drink 16 to 24 ounces of water first thing in the morning if you're having a lot of kidney problems, and that's really going to help flush those out. Kidneys are in the upper, if you feel under your ribs but above your hip, so right in that area. So if you feel pains or you feel something like that, maybe your kidneys are not functioning right, start drinking more water. See if you can help. They have lots of blood that flow through the kidneys and they filter. So a lot of times eliminating toxins, if you have too much calcium in your diet and the calcium gets filtered through there and then stops, therefore causing little balls to start, which are kidney stones. And so too much calcium can actually cause kidney stones. So that's one thing that you need to know. How do you know if you're getting enough calcium? Well, it just depends upon what your body needs. And so kind of goes that way. So with the elimination of toxins and waste through the kidneys, you need to maintain proper magnesium, calcium, potassium, all of that. The kidneys will actually pull out what you need and what you don't need. So if you're getting kidney stones, you're getting too much calcium. You need to look at your diet. See, how are you getting the calcium? Are you taking calcium supplements? Are you drinking too much milk? Are you drinking, eating too much food that has calcium rich? So, and a lot of times it's just genetic as well. So let's think about this. So too much blood sugar as well. Whenever your urinary tract is overloaded with sugar, you will go to the bathroom more often. So if you're going to the bathroom too often, then you need to look at your blood sugar and see, what am I eating that's causing my kidneys to flush through this? Too much sugar is going to cause them to flush through. What are some great things to drink? Electrolytes. Natural electrolytes, you're looking at coconut water and pickle juice. Make sure you're looking at organic or non-GMO, because that's where you want to make sure that your body is getting enough electrolytes to flush it all out and to clean it all out. But that balance is what you're looking for, is the electrolytes. The body is cleansing all the time through the kidneys. A lot of people say, I want to do a cleanse. I want to do a cleanse. Well, your body is cleansing constantly through those kidneys because they're being cleaned out. So let's talk about bladder infections and UTI. A lot of times it's weird symptoms, high blood pressure, fainting, things like that. You don't even suspect a urinary tract infection. And so different things like that. What causes urinary tract infections? Overuse of antibiotics, actually, sadly, is one case because it has a lot of heavy metals in them. And so the heavy metals actually cause urinary tract infections a lot of time. In particular, they really do a lot of damage as well to the urinary tract. Medications a lot of times can cause our body to produce a different bacteria and things like that. You want good bacteria in your gut and also in your urinary tract. But if the bacteria is bad, then that's where you're going to get an infection. That's when you're going to get something that's not good. Did you know that your body and your structure can actually help your kidneys better? They can help your bladder better, even if you are, have better posture. If you're sitting at your desk all day or you're laying down a lot during the day, that could actually hamper your kidneys. 60% more, let me start over. UTIs happen in women 60% more than men. Most all are cases of bad bacteria that got in your urinary tract infection. It's most common is E. coli. And so be aware of how you can get E. coli and what you need to do to prevent it. So the way that it happens is, what happens a lot of times is a biofilm that goes into the urinary tract infection, the urinary tract and the bladder gets in there, but it needs to be removed so that won't stick and stay, and then bacteria stays in there, okay? Yeast, funguses, all that kind of stuff can grow in there and then just stay. So you have to destroy the infection, and you also have to destroy that type of biofilm. So turmeric is a great thing to cook with and to use, and it actually helps to destroy that. Get off of sugar. Sugar actually makes the urinary tract infections worse. You're feeding that yeast, you're feeding that bacteria. And look at processed foods that are converted into sugar as well. So know what's that, okay, what is caused by that. So good bacteria actually fights bad bacteria. So you need to know what type of bacteria to put in your body. Probiotics are a great way. Love Life 9, it's a probiotic. We also have Mighty Pro. It does have xylitol in it, which is a little bit of sugar, but it's not the sugar that is going to feed that. But I just suggest Life 9. Taking this daily is a great regimen to help with prevention, but also to help get that good bacteria in your gut and in your urinary tract, because what happens, your kidneys are going to go through and filter that. Also, keeping your pH level at the proper rate. Lemon and grapefruit are the two best vitality oils to drink in your water to help your pH level stay the proper balance. My favorite thing to do for pH level is alkaline. Alkaline, comes in a jar like this, or this little on-the-go packets. And drinking this daily, my story is, I had yeast infections. I would get one a month. For years I was on antibiotics, so I think that bad bacteria was in my body, and then it just caused the yeast and the stuff to stay there. So because of the bad bacteria that was in my body, and because of the yeast and the sugar that I ate and stuff like that, it just fed that yeast. So when I started drinking alkaline, I was actually pregnant. And I would eat stuff and I would feel it coming back up. And it always seemed that when I would drink alkaline, everything would just stay down and be better. But I stopped having yeast infections whenever I started drinking this regularly. Why? Because it changed the pH balance in my body. And so I also added my Life 9 with it, that actually helped balance that good and bad bacteria. So that was one thing that is my story of what worked great. Another thing is taking Inner Defense. If you take Inner Defense, this has actually got some great essential oils in it that are going to help with the cleansing of all those bacteria that are in your body, cleansing that out. So when you take this, Inner Defense, it's got oregano, and it's got clove, lemon, eucalyptus, rosemary, and cinnamon. Actually, it doesn't have oregano in it. Longevity has oregano in it. So anyway, when you take this in the morning, then within 8 to 6 hours, take this, because this is going to help take the bad stuff out. And this is what's called Inner Defense. It's defending, it's going in and it's protecting. And this is going to go back and put the good stuff in. So pair these together. They come in 30 soft gels. You know, you could break it up to 10 days each for 3 people, or you could do the whole month and see if your body doesn't respond best. So one thing that will never be without, Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red, let me shake it up a little bit here. It's been sitting back there on the shelf. Ningxia Red is a drink that my husband has found so helpful. He used to be a chronic kidney stone person, and since drinking this, his kidneys have stayed clean and healthy. So this was one thing that he said, we'll never be without this. Never. It has lemon oil in it. It has a lot of citrus oils in it that are going to help cleanse that kidney every single day. And then the wolfberries are high in antioxidants, and that's going to help the health of your urinary tract and your kidneys. And another one that we always keep on hand, K&B tincture. So the K&B tincture is an herbal tincture that's added essential oils in it. Essential oils like juniper and things like that are really great for cleansing those kidneys. So our story behind K&B tincture, he actually was getting a bladder stone, and he drank this one weekend, just every time he would have a drink, and he was drinking probably up to 8 ounces of Ningxia Red a day. So he would, every time he would drink it, he would drink this with it, and it helps to break down that calcium and flush through that stone for him. So that's what worked for him. So if your kidneys need a little boost, this tincture, kidney and bladder, K&B is what it stands for, okay? It is so important to put the right stuff in your body to get the right results. For me, my kidneys, I can tell like adrenal fatigue and stuff like that. I can tell they hurt whenever I am just stressed. So I like to put energy, the bottle of oil that's energy. I like to put that on my kidneys often. It has juniper in it. So a lot of times if you put oils on your kidneys or on your back to help support your adrenals, you might notice, oh, I'm going to the bathroom a little bit more, you know, or something like that. So be aware of that. But the key thing is getting that water and getting that food in your body that is good. So what good things? So cranberries, actually. Cranberries are great for your kidneys. They help to prevent, but make sure you're not just buying some sugary cranberry drink. Make sure that it is a good cranberry juice, organic, non-GMO. You can get non-GMO good organic cranberries at the store and juice them yourself. Sauerkraut and fermented food, garlic, all those things are really good for kidney health. They help to keep the bad bacteria out and the good bacteria in. So be kind to your kidneys, because they you can live with one of them, but you just need to love on your kidneys, okay? A few other oils that we can tell you about are celery seed, citrus fresh, coriander, oregano, grapefruit, GLF, which is gallbladder liver flush, digest, frankincense, and lemon. And of course, I mentioned turmeric earlier. Agiles actually has turmeric in it, and so that's one supplement that you can actually, that would maybe possibly help you. Do a little research on that. But these are our stories, and this is what we've used to help keep our kidneys and bladder very healthy. The Now What book will give you a list of your 4-month plan of what to order and what you can find works best for you. And that is how your body can find its full wellness. and you will live healthier. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great night.